Hello, Millie. Have a good weekend?
Yeah, it was all right.
How's old Fido this morning?
His usual grumpy self.
Oh, good. I'm in for a fun morning then. I see the waiting room's had a bit of a makeover during the holiday. Like the new sofas.
Probably won't be here long. Every few years Dr. Fideo buys a whole lot of new furniture for the waiting room, then after a couple of weeks swaps it for furniture from home. No idea why.
This is a Fideo dental practice. All our receptionists are busy at the moment. Please try again later.
Still trying to work out some of the abbreviations on the patient's notes. I've got PITA, that's fairly universal. But what does OSSL stand for?
What?
OSSOL.
Oh, 1 sec short of a load.
And GTMF? Get the money first. Wonder what this year's got in store for us.
Dr. Fideo says he thinks the Duchess of Cambridge's pregnancy is going to be mentioned every single day for 6 months until the entire country is admitted to hospital with nausea.
Mrs. Ploppy, would you like to go through?
Mrs. Ploppy, would you like to go through now?
Are you doing anything for Red Nose Day, Dr. Fideo?
Just an excuse for getting other people to pay for you to have fun. We had a hygienist once who asked me to sponsor her to do a parachute jump. I said, "Do you want to do a parachute jump?" And she said, "Oh, yes." So I asked her why she thought I should pay for her to do something she's always wanted to do.
Yes, but are you going to do anything?
I thought I might get people to sponsor me to go to Barbados for a week. Millie, didn't you send Mrs. Ploppy through?
Yes? Oh, she's probably got lost. Hang on, I'll go find her.
Found her.
Come in, Mrs. Ploppy. Now, what seems to be the problem? Hello? Mrs. Ploppy? I said, what seems to be the problem?
Sorry, you'll have to speak up a bit. I'm a little deaf.
What can I do for you today?
Yes, it is, isn't it? But it's supposed to be getting better this afternoon.
Oh, for heaven's sake.
I'm sorry, I haven't brought my reading glasses with me.
Hello, Rufus. You finally managed to get through to Mrs. Ploppy then? Eventually. Deaf, mad and blind. Had to resort to a form of semaphore in the end. Turned out she'd only got a raspberry pip stuck under her denture. Heard Barry Cockcroft on the radio saying there wasn't any evidence the new contract had resulted in a rise in the number of teeth extracted. Don't talk to me about Barry fucking Cockcroft. Everyone knows there's been a massive increase in the number of hospital referrals for routine extraction since the introduction of the bloody new contract. You don't mean you think people are referring patients to have teeth extracted that could be saved, do you, Rufus? Of course they are. Look, who's going to do a molar endo under the fucking NHS, for Christ's sake? And if you've already done an MOD that's blown up, you're not going to extract it for nothing, are you? So you refer it on. Dear doctor, I should be grateful if you would remove this patient's upper left 6, as I feel the roots might be somewhat close to the sinus. I see we're CQC compliant in the mop department now. What? We've got the different colour-coordinated mops and buckets. Oh, right. What a load of bollocks. God only knows what idiot thought that one up. Have to use different colour-coded mops and buckets for different areas, and the mops have to be hung up so there's no cross-contamination. Disregarding the cleaner's feet, what happens when the staff get in the morning? They spend all day long ensuring thorough cross-contamination of the whole place. But that's okay, because the mops aren't touching. Actually, if you look carefully, you'll see they're screwed to the wall so they can't. What do the cleaners use then? Quite honestly, Charlie, as long as the floors are clean and the mops aren't touching, I don't give a fuck what they use. Perhaps they get the elves to do it for them. Did you hear? They found Richard III in a Tesco's car park. So it seems his wish for a horse has finally been granted. Quite a lot of fuss about horse meat in burgers, wasn't there? A lot of fuss about nothing, if you ask me. Why don't they just relabel them as horse burgers? May contain traces of beef. Seems they're blaming the FSA for not being vigilant enough. The FSA's job is to check food is safe and not likely to kill you. Not that it might have something in it that offends people's sensitivities. Although I should think the Pobiedziska Donkey Sanctuary Meat Pie Company might warrant a bit of scrutiny.
I saw written somewhere, if you liked Tesco's horse and beef burgers, you'll love their meatballs. They're the dog's bollocks.
You know, Charlie, somehow I don't find that funny.